Welcome to the Bearded Bama Bushcrafter. I'm out and about today doing some piddling around. Standing here and man, I can smell the muscadines. There's wild muscadines growing up in these trees. Man, they sure do smell good and sweet. I'm gonna walk down here and get some tools that I've left. Got some projects going on that I'm trying to complete. Hearing something. Probably one of my boys. They're bored. And all that good fun stuff. So let's see what happens today on today's adventure. I can always tell when the boys have been down to the shelter because there's always shoes and nets and jars and bowls and all kind of things they leave behind. And they just leave them laying all over the place. Y'all check this out today. Man, it's beautiful. Look at this beautiful bluebird sky. Yeah. It's beautiful. Alright, today I'm going to set some posts. I'm not doing a video on how to set posts. Setting a post is real easy. You dig a hole, set the post in it, then you plumb the post. You pack it in, get it set in good. Real easy. As long as you have post hole diggers. I have a set of post hole diggers. And that's what I use to dig holes. Post hole diggers. But the thing is, gotta locate them. I am the world's worst at having a tool, placing it somewhere, losing it, and then I just found it. Huh. Getting started on these holes is like busting through concrete. And then you get down below that concrete surface of dirt. Gets a little easy. My son's out here. He's done found all kind of little cicada skeletons where they have come out of their skins. I can remember finding those things when I was a kid. I used to play with them. They usually, when I found them, oh, I thought I just saw them. Nope, they're on these pine trees. But I don't see them. He's done found a handful of them things. There's some fire starting material right there. I'm gonna keep that. Here I'm getting sidetracked. He's done found 8 of these things. I'm gonna check these things out. Looks like something off of Starship Troopers. Cicadas. I think that's what those are, or were, or is, or ain't. He's done found a pile of them. Fun things for a boy to do. I can get sidetracked. Now I'm out here looking for these skins. I'm not finding skins, but I am finding, man, look at that sap up there. I got to get that, Finley. What? Let me borrow a stick. Ooh, look at this. Yeah, look at that right there. Where's the, oh, right in that bed. That will get you a fire going real good. Make you torch. He has found about 16 of those things. That looks like an eyeball. That is cool looking. A dragon's eye. Let me get the sun out of there. That's a big old marble of pine resin. You can definitely start telling we're getting closer to the fall. Look at that yellow popping out in that pecan tree. You know, actually the color of the trees are there, but the chlorophyll in the leaves hides the color. So think about that. The trees have all these colors, but we don't get to see them until they start going dormant. Yeah, I'm down here looking for bug skins. I haven't done this in a long time, and Finley's got me wanting to find some. He's done found a bunch of them. Usually find them on pine trees. Ow, that sticker. But I'm not getting any stickers. Squirrels are real busy. They're getting in these pecans. Look at that. It's middle part of September. We've been seeing a lot of signs. Spoons, they call them, in the persimmons. I've been seeing people talk about that when you cut open a persimmon and it's got a little spoon looking at it. It's a sign of cold weather, snow. So I've been seeing that from people who live just a little bit north of us here. I am not finding any of these things. And Finley has found, not that they're any value, these skins. But getting back onto the signs, man, squirrels, real busy. Check out this old maroon color in the sweet gum. Look how pretty that is. And the sun on the other side of it. That's a sweet gum right there. What's that? Liquidumbar styrosiflua, I believe is the Latin name. This is from the fall. I think that's the army webworm. I think that's what they're called. Usually see them in the pecan trees. That's where I normally see those. That big old spider web looking thing they make. Silk cocoon. Oh, here's one. Let's go look at it real quick. I don't know if I'll get a shot of it. Let's see. It's right there. That's from those fall army worms. Webworms, what we call them around here. See them in the fall. Man, wish I could put that smell of the muscadines in this video. Y'all would enjoy that. They're up high too. I've got some on the arbor. Here's some right here. Look at those muscadines up in there. They're sweet this year. The difference between a domestic and a wild. I made some killer wine one year. Yeah. It was good. My muscadines didn't do as good this year as they normally do. Some years you have those, those years. Kind of an off year. But I have noticed persimmons are just, it's like a mass crop this year for persimmons. Deer, all kind of creatures love the muscadines. My chickens love them. Turkeys, you name it. My kids love them. They're good to eat. I get out sometimes and I drive around different times of the day, and I like looking for wildlife. And I like looking for possibility of seeing a Bigfoot. Let me get out of the sun. The sun is everywhere this evening. Okay, back to that. Anytime I have something that is long, and you kind of can have some perspective on how tall something is in description, like 10 feet tall. This is a 10-foot post. 10 feet. I'm 5'10", somewhere around in there. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, boom. So 10 feet tall, a creature 10 feet tall, running through the woods here in the southeast, weighing 400 to 500, 600 pounds. That would, man, I think about the times I go through the woods and how I just get all tangled up. And I'm 190. And a creature like that moving, But they say the creatures in this area, the skunk apes, are 5 to 6 feet tall and 200 to 300 pounds. Not as big. So, but I always like, when I start getting around stuff like this, and I think, man, 10 feet tall, that would be a big booger right there, a big one. Kind of like in the Bible where it talks about David facing Goliath. I believe Goliath was about 12 feet tall, according to the measurements. A man at 12 feet tall. Yeah, Lee, that would be a scary foe. Scary, scary, scary. All right, here's another little bit of perspective on a different level. That's 8 feet. Sunk it in the ground. 2 feet. 8 feet tall. That's still a big booger. It's one of those things in life that I cannot explain. I have 2 sets of post hole diggers. This one here is broke. I don't know if you can see it right there. And these are my newer ones. I thought that the blade parts, that these were longer, because they get to a point around 2 feet, and unless you make the hole bigger, it's hard to get. I don't want the holes too big. It's hard to get the dirt. The dirt starts just kind of falling out, even when you kind of have them closed, but the way the hole is, you can't spread them open. But this one here, I was able to go a little bit deeper, and I thought these were longer, but they're the same length. So I don't know why I'm able to do, maybe because that handle's broken. Now, I don't know. One of those things in life you just cannot explain. Oh man, all my little projects. I got 3 posts set. My method of squaring is not probably orthodox, but it works for the most part. I normally wind up with a square roof. I never got into building things, so what I know I picked up by watching folks and just learning from my mistakes. And this might be a mistake, but right now it's looking correct. Building a shed to, I guess a man, like most other things, a man can never have too many sheds. Pole barns, whatever you want to call these things, lean-tos. I don't think it's a lean-to. A lean-to's up against the building, right? It's a little shed built against the building. Like this one. That's a lean-to. This is just a pole shed, pole barn. It's not a barn. Shed is a shed. Oh, excuse me. Pardon the French there. I think I say this a lot in my videos, but whenever I get to doing things, my memory gets jogged, and for some reason, doing this, I got to thinking about an uncle of mine that passed away some years ago, and we went down to his funeral. It was about 3 hours south of where I live here, and after the funeral, was down there on his property and was walking around. I was just looking at stuff that over his life that he had built, little sheds, and had a workshop. He used to have a magnificent garden, and he could grow sugar cane like nobody's business. He'd always had a huge field of sugar cane. But I was just remember going through and looking around at his stuff, and I just thought, you know, this was what he did. You know, one day I'll be gone, and this will hopefully still be here. Who knows? I think I build things to last, but everything is always in a constant state of decay from the time we start to the time it ends. But it's funny, I just got to thinking about him, and here I am out here doing a project that I think is important, my wife thinks is important, and then one day it'll just be something left behind that I did. Kind of get nostalgic there when I get to working. I'm all sad. Just kidding, I'm not sad. I just get to thinking about them, and I miss them. But it's good to have those memories and have the memories kind of rekindled or jarred. I got to dig this 4th and final hole and set this next post. And I believe this is going to be squared. It looks squared to me. I'm enjoying a nice cold beverage from this nice pre-fall, late summer day, afternoon, getting into the early evening hours. So I got to dig this hole. Kind of thought I'd talk about this real quick. Dug the front 2 holes at 2 feet, and I dug an extra half a foot in the back, so it's going to give me some pitch, about a half a foot pitch for the roof, which that's good. We don't really have to worry about snowfall here. Excuse me. Just let the rain, come off of it good. It'll get piled up with pine straw, and I'll have to get there and clean it off from time to time. Cool thing about this little shed, I'll be able to put my kayaks up, get them out of the weather, keep them out of the way, take better care of them, and then the bikes and stuff be stored up here. We got so much stuff, man. It's amazing. All the junk. I remember George Carlin years ago did a stand-up, and he talked about the stuff that we just keep stuff. Now we have storage units you go and rent to put your stuff in. Instead of getting rid of our stuff, we just hoard it. I do try to purge every now and then. It's good to purge and just get rid of junk, because you have a bunch of junk over time. But this will be a pretty good little shed. All right, everybody, I got the 4-post set semi-permanent for now. Got a good sweat going. But I'm gonna end this here. Still got a ways to go. I'm gonna have to put some Quickcrete on them, give them a little more foundation. Then I don't have to do the top. And that's all I'm gonna have, just the top here and the 4 posts. Just a simple shed, pole barn, whatever it's called. All right, everyone, I hope y'all are doing well. Go on and hit that like button. Even if you don't like it, hit that like button. I don't know if you can do the not like button, the thumbs down. YouTube would stop that, because I guess it was hurting people's feelings. But you either like something or you don't like it. So that's just the way it is. And if you don't like it, that's fine. Because there's things I don't like and there's things I do like. And I can sit here and go on forever about this stuff. And it's just YouTube and it's just a video. And it's just me sitting here talking to you guys, showing y'all something that I'm doing to, I guess, enhance some of our equipment. Take care of it better. As George Carlin said, how do you say it? Something to build a building so you can have more stuff. So I can move my stuff from one place to put more stuff there to have stuff up here. Something like that about stuff. Anyway, I hope everyone is doing well. Like I said, y'all take care, and I'll see you later.